Hey guys, welcome to the Prelims Focus News discussion of 24th August 2017. And guys, yesterday since I have not discussed the Hindu news, so what I'll do is I'll be combining the today's news with the yesterday's news. Alright, and let's say for example, I'll just give you example. The first news is about triple talaq. So yesterday was a news. So today also there are a few points in which is news. So I'll be covering all those points togetherly. Alright, so let's discuss the very first news, guys. Supreme Court has scrapped the instant triple talaq, which was considered controversial Islamic divorce practice with women, and it is being said in the article that the practice was against Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, which grants right to equality to all, right? So this case was being was being dragged to Supreme Court by the Saira Bano. So it's very important case in this sector, that is a Saira Bano case of because she was belonging from Uttarakhand and her husband has given her divorce after 15 years of her marriage relationships by telling simply triple talaq. That is instant triple talaq, right? See, instant triple talaq and talaq-e-ibadat is, these both things are same thing, right? So under this what happens is, if a husband says 3 times talaq within 5 seconds, then also they are getting divorced. Means the boy and the girl, means the husband and the wife, whosoever are being not in the marriage relationship, so their marriage will be divorced, right? If they will tell simply instant talaq. But actual talaq is on the within a span of a few days. First the husband will take talaq, and after a few span of days he'll tell the second talaq, and after a few span of days he'll tell the third talaq. If these kind of talaq is given, then that is legal in India. But now the instant triple talaq is illegal. All right, so just there is ban on instant triple talaq. Remember, not the normal talaq. Normal talaq is still prevalent in the Muslim societies, right? And it is true. It is fine. We are not. Nobody is having problem with the normal talaq procedure, because that is considered a bit rational type, right? So basically, this Saira Bano case, she has asked the Supreme Court to declare talaq-e-ibadat, that is this instant triple talaq. Polygamy means procedure in which a husband can have multiple wives. And nikah halala means, say for example, husband and wife are in relationships and they have divorced themselves, and if again they want to meet up, means they want to marry themselves, then what, the girl has to get married to other person, right? And after spending a night with that other person, she again have to come to the previous husband, then only they can get married. So these are considered very, very derogative practices in Muslim world, right? So that's why Saira Bano case has was reflecting these issues only, right? So this was about this instant talaq thing. And after this, Supreme Court has also asked the government to within the span of 6 months, they have asked the government to make some sort of legislation which will further regulate this triple talaq issue, right, if at all required. So let's see what happens next. Now, India welcomes Trump's new Afghanistan policy. See, Donald Trump has laid out a new Afghanistan policy, and in that Afghanistan policy, it has urged India to play a larger role in the economic development of Afghanistan, right? So the new US strategy of South Asia has many old elements. Earlier the elements was which was prevailing during the Obama period. So those kind of elements, where few of the elements are also there in the new policy of how to contain the terrorism and instability in Afghanistan, right? So it commits troops in Afghanistan for an open-ended period of time. Means earlier it was decided that they'll take off their troops from Afghanistan. So now, but they have decided that no, we will just keep our troops, US troops of US in Afghanistan until and unless the situation in Afghanistan gets calmed, right? So basically there are a few features, there are a few benefits which India is also going to get through this new Afghanistan policy of US. Let's see what are those features. If the interaction between India and Afghanistan will increase, so what will happen to India is India will get increased access to Afghanistan, first of all, because that between Afghanistan and India there comes Pakistan, who is not letting direct connect between India and Afghanistan. So if we will increase our direct relationship with Afghanistan, if we will increase our presence in Afghanistan, then of course access is going to increase. Next is about strategic advantages. See, strategic advantages by here will mean that the how to contain Pakistan, because we both the countries, that is India and Afghanistan, is having motive to some directly or indirectly contain Pakistan, because from this Pakistan soil the terrorism is being exported to Afghanistan and India also, right? So it will act as a strategic advantages for India, because through Afghanistan also we can keep a vigil on Pakistan very well, right? So next is it will act as a gateway to Central Asia. Of course, this is Central Asia which is not directly connected to India, right? So if we will connect through Afghanistan, so of course the region, our reach to the Central Asia will get increased, right? It will means against terrorism we can play a larger role, all right? And next is about the Make in India. See, Make in India, within the Make in India, our aim is to increase Indian exports, right? And Afghanistan seems to be a good market to incorporate the Indians imports. So it is going to promote the Make in India initiative of Indian government also. So this was about this Afghanistan policy, and within this policy there was one statement given by the US president. So Pakistan, and the statement was Pakistan is using India as an excuse to support terror groups in India, right? In its soil basically. So US has cleanly asked the Pakistan to stop this, because in the name of jihadis and mujahidins, they are indirectly keeping terrorism in their soil. So this Pakistan foreign minister has reacted strongly to the criticism of the US president, that whatever the US president Trump has said, that has disrespected and disregarded the Pakistan contribution to war against terrorism. Means Pakistan alleged India of in promoting terrorism in our own part, that is Kashmir. But the fact is, in the name of mujahidins and these jihadis, they are just maligning these two words which are called holy words, that is mujahidin and jihad. These two words are considered holy words in Muslim religion, but they the Pakistan is diluting this word by by telling that we are giving to these groups to to tackle India. So US has strongly criticized Pakistan on this issue. Next is a new species of genus Nasica batrachus, guys. So this is a kind of frog species which has been found in Tamil Nadu. Let's see the place where it has been found. The place is Srivillaputur Grizzled Giant Squirrel Wildlife Sanctuary, right? And it is presently situated in the eastern slope of Western Ghat, right? And let's see the few specification of this frog species. It has a snout-shaped nose which is like a pig's nose, because if you see the pigs, then their nose is also like this only. And this frog's nose is also the same nose, and this is basically considered a soil dwelling species of purple frog which is found in Seychelles, right? And now see this purple frog. So this kind of purple frog is found in Seychelles also, and the same type of frog is found now in India, where this eastern slopes of Western Ghat. So it has given a light on the continental drift theory which the Alfred Wegener has proposed in his geographical, he was a geographer basically. So he has proposed a continental drift theory, under which we get evidence that earlier the continents were one continent, that is Pangaea, right? So after a certain span of time, all those Pangaea broke up and different continents and countries got established, right? And this foundation of this Nasica batrachus has given the example of this continental drift, right? So you can incorporate in your GS1 answer paper also, and your geography optional, whosoever is containing this geography optional, so they can include this example to enhance their answer, right? Okay, next is Cabinet has approved MOU between India and Nepal, and MOU is signed basically between the drug demand reduction and prevention of illicit trafficking on narcotics drugs. So you just have to remember that what are the sectors in which India and Nepal has signed the MOU, and what are the benefits. You can, if you at all want to read that what are the benefits of signing these kind of MOUs, so you will get it here, guys. I'm not going to discuss this again because I've discussed it many times in my lectures, right? Next is MOU has been found between India and Nepal to construct a new bridge over Mechi River. Now I'll show you where is Mechi River. See, this is the point where the Mechi River can be found in India Nepal border, right? So the construction of this would be funded by Indian government also and Nepal government also, but the Indian government will give the fund through the Asia Development Bank loan, and this new bridge is a part of upgradation of Kakad which is in Nepal to Panitanki bypass which is in India, right? And Mechi bridge, which is the bridge constructed in this river Mechi, is the ending point of Asian Highway 2 in India. This is kind of fact which you have to remember, right? And also the cabinet has decided to designate the implementation agency of this project to National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation. So these are the few facts being said in this news. Next is about a commission to examine the subcategorization of OBC. See, Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister has decided that a commission will be set up under Article 340, which will examine the subcategorization of OBC. They will just see that we'll just through this example, through these features, we'll just discuss about it, that what this commission will do. See, this commission will basically examine the extent of inequitable distribution of benefits of reservation among the caste and communities, including in the broad categorization of OBC with reference to OBC included in the central list. Means they'll see that what is the extent of unequal distribution within the OBC list currently existing in central list, right? And if at all there is kind of different kind of inequalities, so they'll try to meld these inequalities and try to bring more equality within the OBCs, right? The list what is being included in the central list, because under that list OBCs are given benefits, different kind of benefits. So the next aim under it will be to work out the mechanism, criteria, norm and parameters in the scientific approach for subcategorization within the OBC. Means OBC categories from now onwards, they will be subcategorized by some sort of scientific approach, right? And to take up the exercise of identifying the respective caste, communities, subcaste synonyms in central list of OBC. Blah. You can read about it, right? Next is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. Guys, the first of all, let's see the full form of Sampada. You can get it from here. Scheme for agro-marine processing and development of agro-processing cluster, right? Under this, the government has brought with Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. What is the aim of this Yojana, guys? To supplement the agriculture, modernize processing and decrease agriculture waste. Means in agriculture sector, though we said that we are developing this agriculture sector, but still they are somewhere lacking in agriculture sector. So we will supplement the agriculture through modern processing activities and also try to decrease the agriculture waste which is being producing nowadays, right? So under this Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, few of the aims are there, few of the different objectives are there, so we'll read about it. It will modernize the infrastructure with efficient supply of chain management, which is being in agriculture sector, of course, and it will give a big boost to the growth of a food processing sector in India, right? And the farmers will also get a better price, because a government has aim to double the farmers income by 2022, so it will act as a supplement to that, only that objective of government in fact. And it will create a huge employment opportunity, of course, and it will also help in reducing the wastage of agricultural produce, because one of the aim of this Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana is to decrease agriculture waste. All right. And people also can get food at affordable prices, so customers also will be getting happy with this. Next is about Mentor India campaign, guys. This is I've already discussed in yesterday's class, guys, so if you at all have not seen this yesterday class, so you can watch it there, right? So Mentoring India campaign, that this was in PIB news, right? So I've already discussed this. So this has same thing as popped up in the Hindu news also, so you can get it from you can read it from the yesterday's news if you at all have not listened to yesterday's news. All right. So alright guys, we'll meet in next class. Till then, thank you for listening to me, and yeah guys, you guys are great doing. Thank you very much.